Hi folks, this is Mike turning on the Knothead tool. I'm going to show you a knot that's a really famous knot, well known by a lot of anglers and used by a lot of anglers. It's the Double Uni Knot. Before I get started, I want to say that this knot can be tied in a double version also, where you bring your braided line in a situation or another line, loop it, and make 2 turns each turn. We're going to do the single today, but it can be adapted, and if you have any questions, just give us a call and we'll run through it with you. So anyways, I'm going to turn this double uni today on the tool, and I'm going to start from this side. I'm going to bring this mono 14-pound test, and I'm going to bring him right in here. I'm going to lay him right in my slit, just like this. I'm going to leave about 14 inches of tag, which is very easily adjustable, okay? 14, you don't want too much, you don't want too little, because then you end up not have enough line to turn. Then from this left side, we're going to bring a 10-pound mono, and we're going to lay him and leave about a 14-inch tag also. Now these are always adjustable because you're working with slips, but it's easier to hit it on the first time. Okay, then I'm going to come over here, I'm going to put my retainer down, I'm going to keep my orange up on the top, and this really lets you make some really fine turns, and I'm going to show you how you can do it. Some turns you may have to have 10, 15 turns if you don't use the double, like on the braid. And this really lines it up so you're not crossing over and not doing a lot of different things that would destroy this knot. Okay, so we come from the left side here first. We're in front of this tailing line, our live line coming out the opposite side. We bring it right over just like this. We tripod this and we just pop this right into there. What that gives you is a very controlled area to turn from. As mentioned in other videos, I like to bring my uni the same direction each time I do it. That way I never mess up, because you have to come out go in and come out the right direction to make this knot correct. Mono, not too many turns, that's 5 right there. That's more than sufficient for this 10 to 14-pound test. Simply lift this off. I hold both this side just like this, okay? And I'll take this, your tag, and pull it. And that gives you your first slip knot. Now, we go back to what I said, and if everything is right, this will come out just perfect so you can separate it. And you always want to keep that larger line on the bottom from the right, just like this. So I create what I call a fisheye, and that puts that line right on top. I bring him up right here, and I place him in here, and as you can see, that first slip is this to the left of this. I bring these lines both over here just like this, lay them down, hold on to them, and I'm holding them right in the right position. Lower that down so you have tension. Bring this side right around the post. You just barely lift this clamp to get it in there good so it's crossing the other lines. And since this has a few less, it's a little smaller line, I'll put an extra turn or 2 on it. They're both mono. And I don't really interfere with the lines. I kind of loosely put it around there. And 7 turns would be hard to get on with your hands sometime. If you see they're all crossed over, just great. Then I just lift this out. I put my fingers right to this side of this knot, to the right of the knot. I pick this off, and I just take this tag right here, if you can see it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to get it into the viewing area, and I'm going to pull that. And that creates our second slip knot. Okay? You don't want to pull either of them real tight. You don't want any resistance crossing when you pull these together. And once you get it down, you can get them closer together for pulling. I then simply lubricate that entirety of that knot. I drop my tags just like this. Okay, my tags have been dropped. And I'm going to start pulling opposite the main lines, just like this. They're going opposite directions, which is drawing this knot together. Now, on the heavier lines, you don't have to be so cautious, but this is something I always do. I do it on all my unis, double unis, and I just kind of give it a little bit of flex right there. That draws these ends down and holds the lines in a better position, so when you pull this to completion, the other line isn't crossing over real solid on a strong pull. Okay, so you can see that right there. They're about a 1/2 inch apart there. I then lubricate. I grab only my main lines, and I pull them together just like this up close, and then I just follow through. Now, if you can see that double uni knot there, try to get some of this lubrication off. them are finely turned right there. That's 5 on one side and 7 on the other. You can see the yellow is almost as big. If you were to put the same amount of turns, it'd be smaller, and sometimes it can be overwhelmed by the bigger line. So I always put a couple extras on in that situation. This is a great knot. This is a great knot, and a lot of people use it, and I like it. As far as turning to braid, you got to be a little more careful. There are a lot of other knots I can use as opposed to this one when I get down to the lighter line, but I will show you how I turn light line the double uni knot. So keep viewing, come back and see us again. Check out the Knothead tool on our website at theknothead.com, and hope to hear from you. Thank you.